Pleased. The competition was well. Got a lot of situations working. A lot of young guys in some different situations got out there to play. The young receivers all got tons of reps and balls thrown their way. The young DBs, D linemen, rush guys. I saw some of the young guys could really pressure. Happy with some of the inside play on defense, offensively. I thought we ran about Dalvin Cook. I thought really took the blue off him today and let him go completely live. He was really good. I thought had a good day. Carlos and Pender, we went blue. We saw them last week. They did a real nice job. I thought Jameis had really starting to come on. Nick played well. I was pleased with scrimmage. I really was. I mean, both sides made plays, did things as far as having success, and then had some adversity and would overcome it. Or keep playing. And we still got a lot of work to do. But I like the development. I really like the progress we've made since the last scrimmage, and it's going to be very important how we go from here on. The rest of this week to me is going to be very critical. How we once we got a day off tomorrow and heal up and rest, and we'll go hard Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll really break camp and see where we're at. But overall, good day. Good thing I don't believe we had any injuries, which is very critical. I mean, that's the first thing. I hate to say that, but keep your fingers crossed all the time.
The last scrimmage, Coach?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. We'll start game prep on Thursday.
If you were playing this weekend, who would you starting receivers play?
Oh, probably Pops and Rashad be the two guys, but we feel very comfortable. I feel very comfortable with 8 guys in that rotation. I really do, and I say that's not playing them all, but I feel very comfortable they had to go in the football game. Those 3 young receivers. They had some mistakes today, but they're really starting to understand how to play. I thought Travis had a really good day. I thought, Javon, that's his nickname. Javon really grew up and had some nice plays today, and Herman. So I feel comfortable with those guys. Bobo and Kermit did some good things in there. So Scooter had the ball. So, I mean, I feel comfortable where we're going. Today, the last 3 to 4 days, we've really thrown and caught the football extremely well. Extremely well.
Is it too early to say whether any of those 3 freshman receivers would get redshirted, or are they all right now kind of in line to play for a while?
They're going to be redshirted. They're going to wear that red jersey. They're going to wear a red jersey until we have to go on the road and wear a white hope, and open up with a white one.
That's true.
They're going to play. They're going to play this year. They're not sitting.
Did any of the freshman tight ends stand out today in part?
Maven, but I'll tell you, the first time we got Maven in scrimmage, because they had that last time, and I was very pleased with him. Still raw on some things, but boy, he is athletic and got ball skills. Izzo blocked, I thought, extremely. We didn't get him any balls, which we did. All week he had a really good 3 or 4 days leading up, making catches. I'm extremely happy with those 2. I think those 2 guys are going to be really good football players. They've got size, they're both physical, and they're both athletic and can get vertical extremely well. Jeremy Curd blocked well.
With PJ and Darby both out, how did the younger cornerbacks hold out today?
They took a lot of reps. Took a lot of guys in different positions. I thought they played well. I did. They had to give up a play or 2, but there's some. I thought we had great coverage on 2 or 3 plays, and Jameis dropped some balls in there on some spots that were really good. But I thought they tackled well, competed, mixed coverages up very well, and I thought had a good solid. They feel very comfortable. They had to play, and go in there. You feel very comfortable putting those guys, Nick Wason and Marquez, and those guys in the game.
It seemed like you were pleased after the last scrimmage and this one.
Was
the passing game, though, the thing that from that one to this one that you've seen the most improvements? Or?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, last game we just for some reason the way they played on defense, we hit a lot of balls to backs and tight ends and made the play. Today we did too, but really got the ball vertically down the field, and a lot of guys were really understanding routes and how to set in holes and get open versus different leverages, and over older guys and the rhythm and timing. It's just as camp has grown, has gotten better, and the ball got vertically so much more. So you got that mixed in with the underneath stuff, you feel very comfortable.
When you guys scrimmage, are you doing as much defensively as you would do in a game?
They're bringing blitzes, looks. We throw the kitchen sink. You're in 3 down, 4. All the stuff we do. We because we want to build that library and get the looks on film. And the knowledge that yes, we're coming at them. And hey, the defense did really well. They had a lot of stops and plays in that thing too.
How'd the young offensive linemen do?
Solid. Again, it's hard to judge exactly when a bust happened. Was it him or somebody didn't slide out from the sideline? Because I was calling everything from the sideline like a game. So it's hard to judge that, but I would move the ball, and they did some really nice things. And when your units were in there, so we'll see.
How much happy are you with that depth in that unit? You seemed like you went from having very thin to really having guys all over the place.
You're exactly right. We're gaining more depth, but when they come out of the scrimmage and play, they've got to go through that learning curve too. But the talent's there and the ability's there, and the bodies are there. But I'm very pleased with the depth we're building that department. And like I say today, you know, you held Josue, and we didn't play Josue in camp, but we know they're the other two guys, and you had a lot of intermixing with the junior college guys, freshmen in with the first group, so you had a lot of looks in there I was very pleased with.
Is it important to get Darby? I mean, obviously they're veterans, but Darby, PJ,
Oh, they'll be
Josue,
back. Yeah,
to get them back in.
Oh, they will be. Hopefully, they'll all be back on Thursday, and they're getting reps. I mean, PJ and them did half or 3/4 of a load of practice the other day, so they're ready to start. They'll be here pretty soon, ready to roll.
Jimbo, you said you'll start game prep on Thursday. So through the course of camp, how comfortable are you with the 23 starters and the depth? Or you still have a few areas of concern?
No, I don't really have areas of concern. I think we still have some battles going on where you feel good about 2 or 3 guys in a position, so which is not a bad thing, and that's from not that one guy can't play, but you got 2 or 3 guys that are pretty close. You feel comfortable putting in the game, so just keeps building that depth.
EJ and Terrence, have they really still continued to stand out as far
I
as
think so.
the
The most consistent. I think they've been the most consistent. And then 6 was playing, and Matthew was playing extremely well and got that ankle, but he's healed. Something in his blood and bones. I don't know what it is. He heals and swells. It's amazing how quick he gets better. So I expect him not to be out that long.
Are there a few areas of the team you're most proud of? You're most happy about the progress they've made this spring?
I've been pleased with the linebackers to a point. I mean, I think Miller made some progress. The depth, the backup D-line groups. I mean, the Derek Mitchells of the world, those guys, and Giorgios that you got to count on are big bodies that have played and been in games. I've been very pleased with a lot of their development, and you feel very comfortable getting them in the game. The young pass rushers, secondary guys. I've been this last week or so in the receiver group. They have really become very consistent, made play. I mean, all guys are starting to really push each other. And then the young backs. You had Carlos. We still had, because Pender had still never been played consistently, and Dalvin had never been in there. Ryan's still out, but I've been very pleased with that group also.
Was Pender able to go with his knee?
He got in some reps. We just didn't get him hit. He took reps today and caught some balls and ran a couple balls, but we mainly this was a big Cook and Jonathan Vickers day. We wanted to see what they could do and mix and match them to get the load of the carries.
And are the backs different, what they can do? I mean, like Mario versus Carlos
You
versus
say that,
Dalvin?
yes, but no. I mean, they can make you miss. They run with good power. They all can really run, and they can catch football. I mean, so I guess Carlos is a little bigger, but those other guys they can still do all the things you got to do.
Given the time that Ryan Green has missed this fall and then in spring, I know it's 2 separate injuries. Is there any concern for him moving forward?
No, I mean not concerned. Just you got hoping. I think he'd be back Thursday. I'm hoping, but then you got to get the reps, and that's tough once you get in game prep being a 4th back. But he is talented, and we just got to get him in there and see what we can do.
I know you don't look back, you look forward, but a year ago at this time, where's this team compared to back
That's what I was sitting there telling them. We had a lot of issues going in last year. I mean, we had unknowns. We had people who weren't sure. Heck, we wasn't sure about a quarterback. We didn't know if a quarterback could play. I mean, we'd had 2 scrimmages. He never walked out there on the field and played. I had some young linemen. Had a guy here and there, and then you had KB and Kenny. I mean, Kenny had played, but they hadn't really established themselves as the kind of players they became. Defensively, you had a whole new defense. If you remember, Darby was hurt. Jalen Ramsey's the opening starter as a true freshman playing at corner on day 1. I mean, no one who knew who Andrews was. I mean, there was still a lot of holes and things we had to fit. Mario Edwards as well. He's good and he's talented, but can he really be a good player? Chris Casher. I mean, as I in camp, you think every year is worse. Every year you're going into, you say, we didn't have it. Then you go back and think, well, I didn't have that. And I pulled the notes back out. You know what I mean? We didn't know that. And I guess, well, it's about the same number of things. I mean, I think every team does. I really do. I don't know if you compare team to team, but everybody has things they feel comfortable with, and then there's some unknowns that you feel good about, but until the lights come on, you don't know. But it's probably relatively close, similar.
Jimbo, you said you scouted, I think, yesterday, the first 4 teams on your schedule. And in
Yeah,
college football, I mean, you have such a change in roster every year. What are things that you look for when you do scout?
Well, as coordinators and people do, and what their schemes are, and try to evaluate their talent off the film that they have and the backups when they're on there. You know what I mean? And then, like a mini game plan, so you have a good idea, have notes and things that you've taken on them. You know what I'm saying? So when you pull it back out, it's where you're going to have a starting point, have some ideas, and you put things in camp that you say, hey, that's going to be good here in these first 2 or 3 games. So we better add some of these 2 or 3 things to what we're doing in our offense or something new that way.
When you guys